Oh, so the evening after the night before, and what a couple of races did we have? There were tantrums, there were tears. There was actually some good racing amongst it all as well. So we shall run through what happened as I do my normal shenanigans of. We shall run through what happened as I do my normal shenanigans. Yep. Of checking my audio levels. Right. So. We are set to go. So this is race one of GT3 series for MRC, and it's there's two races involved. There's a sprint race with very minimal tyre wear and fuel usage. So it's a 20-minute sprint race, and then it's a 40-minute endurance race with harder tyre wear and more fuel wear. So we will go through the grid because we qualified in this particular order, and then the grid will be reversed to race two. But we'll get to that grid in a second. So anyway, here we go at Trial Mountain, and it was a bit of a trial, this one, for some people. As I say, some tantrums, tears, but we'll hopefully get to that. I've not actually gone looking through the race. Hello, Mark. How you doing, matey? I've not actually gone through the race to look for any incidents. I've looked at one so far, so I know of one coming up. But we should get to I'll try and catch as much as I can as possible as we go through the evening. Right, so sit back, relax, enjoy this because it was an absolute belter of an evening for many reasons, literally, for some. But in the first race, there's 13 runners and riders. This is League 2, and in pole position was Roadrunner. Again, I wish we had the times and everything. In second place was Roadrunner here in a Mercedes GT3 car. In second place, we have yours truly, Berserker Boy, in a all beautiful looking Mustang, which can't see it. It's a Pittsburgh Steelers livery all over it. I'll try and highlight that as the evening goes because I found this livery. I didn't make it myself. I'm not going to lay claim, but I'm a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and I absolutely love that livery. Anyway, so I'm in a Muzzy in second. T50 Gary in a Subaru here in third place. Quality driver is Gary, as is our resident OAP, Welly Bob, here in fourth, who, despite his age, and myself, to be honest, me and Welly were both in our 50s, showing the young uns how to do it in this league. Welly Bob here in our Lexus in fourth place. Mr. Lava Shaggy here in fifth in a Mercedes. SJB in an Lexus with an absolutely brilliant Minions livery on the back there. Love that. Nice one, SJB. Skippy, the Bush Kangaroo here in a Chevy in seventh place. Blackie, Top Gun, in another Chevy here in eighth. Super Cams in a Subaru here in ninth. D-Maniac in a really Aston Martin with a RAF livery, for me, doesn't get any better, apart from if you've got a Mustang in a Pittsburgh Steelers livery, like said myself. Anyway, so nice livery there. Maniac, we'll call you Maniac. Mickey Moo and another Aston back here in 11th. I was hearing from the night the Astons didn't have the top end speed on the straight, so we'll see how that goes in the evening. See if we can catch if they really were a bit poor, the Astons. Even if they were a bit poor, they sound great. Ricky Bobby here in a car. I can't quite figure out what it is. Is that a Jag? I think that's a Jag. Ricky, watch out for the idiot behind me. Here in his pink Jag. I think that's a Jag. Can't see. Whereas the evening goes on, I'll be able to tell when I can hear it. I think it's a Jag. Anyway, Ricky in 12th. And our beloved leader, Dinky, a.k.a. Dennis, here in a Genesis in 13th place. So, let's crack on. Let's get this show underway. Let's go back to Mr. Lava and take it from here. So all the lights on, and we are go here at Trial Mountain for the start of. Oh, who's that at the back there? Who was that? Got it terribly wrong at the back. Well, Mickey Moo. That's what happened to Mickey Moo literally at the start. Mickey, what are you doing, mate? What happened here? Before we even got going, Mickey's off. Oh, brilliant! Quality start there from Mickey Moo. Oh dear, I shouldn't laugh. Oh Mickey, all that effort. As we go through to this, I call this the chicane of death, really, because it's let the chaos begin, James. Yep, we're going to try and catch it. Does anything happen this the first corner? Yeah, there we go. Oh, who was that? Skippy, the bush kangaroo, I think was off. Let's go and have a look at Skippy. Yeah, Skippy. Right, let's go on board with Skippy. Cuts up there, tiny little nudge from there, tries to hold it, gets punted even more for the fun of it. Oh, and SJB's stopped, so, and they've both got damage. Let's go and have a look from SJB's point of view. Oh, SJB's a bit wobbly all over the place. He might have, I'm not sure, to be honest. I really don't understand why Skippy ended up in the barrier there, because if you look at it, SJB actually should have hit him back round to face the right way. So look, he's actually hitting. That is a strange one. I've got a feeling that is part unlucky, part lag. I'm not really sure what to make of that too much, to be honest. I don't think there's anything particularly bad by anyone, but unfortunately, it's put our bush kangaroo right at the very back of the field. So anyway, here we go through the tunnel, where the noise of these GT3 cars are going to sound gorgeous. Coming down here to the back straight, we'll check on the speed of the Aston shortly, but Roadrunner has kept his position out in front of Berserker Boy in second. So top three still as you are. Shaggy coming around, Welly Bob in fifth. Everyone's cleanly through, I think. Or did I see someone like Shaggy go? Nope, Shaggy's all okay. Coming down, I'm going to call this line here the corkscrew, because it's a little bit like the corkscrew at Laguna Seca, twice as long. Oh, here we go. So, Berserker's caught right up to Roadrunner in an attempt to get into the lead at the last hairpin chicane, and Berserker, there we go, in that beautiful Pittsburgh Steelers livery. Physics, yeah, James, I don't really get you're this spot. I really don't get why Skippy was punted into the back like that. It just didn't look natural. Didn't look natural at all. He should have been pushed around the right way, in which case he would have carried on and all's good. I hated this section. It is the chicane like Dragon. What's the name of that circuit? Dragon Trail. You've got the chicane of death. I think that first sector of this track is also the chicane of death, because if you commit to it full out, you're right on the edge, and just one tiny area and you're into the barrier off to the right. Anyway, I digress. Through the tunnel, the first tunnel, we've got Gary here is really harassing Roadrunner. Check all of these cars as we come down. Looking at the map at the top right. Everyone's sort of streaming through, and at the moment it's only really Ricky. Ricky's on his own. He's got damage as well. What happened to Ricky? 1, 2. Oh, here we go. This is what happened to Ricky at the very place I said, the chicane of death, for the exact reasons I said. Was there any contact? Let's go on board with Ricky here in the Jag. He's already got damage at the front right. See, there you go, chicane of death. Get it wrong and you're off. Now I've got matching damage at the front. Oh, beautiful. I'll give you 6.9 for that one, Ricky. You should have hit the barrier a bit more, you would have got a 10. It's for star marks. Right, so Berserker Boy through the tunnel in first place now. Still Roadrunner being harassed by Gary. Not sure what the Subaru's top speed's like. You have to let me know the drivers. Do you think the top speed of the Subaru is lacking compared to some of the other GT3 cars? I didn't actually test the Subaru myself. In the meantime, Shaggy's still in 4th place. Welly Bob's, oh, he's just undercut Shaggy there. Is he going to make a pass here, is Welly Bob? No, not quite. I thought Welly Bob had a sniff. I've taken 4th place then. Coming down to the corkscrew. Well, this bit here is already the corkscrew, and then coming around to this part is the second part of the corkscrew. To the slowest chicane on the circuit, the last chicane. Which really, I think it's a horrible little chicane. This. It always feels like you're going too slow, that you could actually go a bit faster. I'm sure the boys in League One are actually going through that chicane. Oh, who was that? Oh, Super Cams gets it wrong, spins the rear wheels up of that. That's the Subaru as well, isn't it? So as we flood through the field, let's go back up front. So Berserker and the Muzzy, the Pittsburgh Steelers inspired Muzzy, still in 1st place, starting to get a bit of a lead going over Roadrunner. He's been harassed by Gary. So top 3 drivers have already milked out a little bit of a gap between them and Shaggy. Oh, a slow exit there, Shaggy. Oh, Roadrunner. What's happened to Roadrunner? He's just... Let's have a look. Does he get something wrong on the exit here? He does. He spins it up and punts the car into the side wall. Oh, disaster for Roadrunner. Oh, someone else behind as well. Looks like he's... Oh, they're all piling in now through the first part of the tunnel. Bunched up now. Shaggy with Roadrunner in 4th. Welly Bob 5th. Blackie's joined the party now in 6th place. Roadrunner, Welly Bob. Oh, here we go. This is going to be interesting. 3 of them side by side. Let's go aboard with. Here we go. Let's go from this point of view. Oh, Roadrunner's just off the track. Shaggy's just drifted, got a little bit further out as Blackie and Welly Bob giving each other a nice bit of room there. At the, we call that the rock tree corner. Oh, that's a nice bit of driving there from Roadrunner. Backs out of it as we come into the corkscrew. Difficult place to pass. You can do it at the second part of the corkscrew down here if you get on the power quick enough. But everyone's been very respectful here so far. And there's the Aston Martin of Maniac. Oh, look at that. That is a beautiful livery. The only thing I'd say about that livery, perhaps, your tail... Isn't it meant to be blue, white and... Oh, as he gets it wrong. I'm not sure. Is that tail around the right way? It should be... Hang on. I've got Spitfire right next to me. Let's have a quick look. Red first. Yeah, red, white and blue first. Yeah, he's got it around the wrong way. There we go. That's how much... That's how anal I am about aeroplanes. It should be red, white and blue, not blue, white and red. That's the French version. Maniac. Great livery, but the tail bits there are wrong way round. Hang on, you got it right one side. Have I got it wrong myself? Oh my word. Red, white, blue. Oh yes, got it right. Oh my god, I'm going blind now. Anyway, I digress too much. Right, so let's go through the field. Back up to first place. Berserker Boy now eking out a big lead. The Mustang through the tunnel. Coming down to Rock Tree Corner. Looking up to the map at the top right, there's now 3 groups, the top couple of drivers, and then there's a big gaggle of drivers here. From Shaggy, oh, here we go, Shaggy, Blackie. Blackie's got up to 3rd. Trying to catch it, there we go. First Blackie in 3rd in the Top Gun Corvette. Shaggy in 2nd, coming down the hill. Dennis, bring out the rear. I'm sure you have your moment, mate. I'm sure you... Well, there is one moment I have with you, which I hope they can catch in the second race. It was bloody awesome racing, that was. It's coming down to the final chicane. Shaggy's diving up the inside of Blackie. Nice move there. Oh, it's just Mark. He didn't. Oh, come on, camera. Come on, camera. There we go. Oh, look at this. Mark is getting mugged for that tiny little mistake, but he didn't even really make a mistake. I don't think he was touch different, Shaggy. I think Mark just gets a little bit wide. Shaggy dives up the inside. Yeah, Mark's just a little bit too hot into that corner. Didn't brake quite enough. And that little mistake and that little tiny little wheel spin has dropped him. Look at that. 3 spaces. Let's go on board with super cams. From his point of view, as we go into the chicane of death, what could go wrong? Everyone going about 150 miles an hour. Cams nudges Blackie there. Over the top crest, the second crest, I was getting air. If you go to the left-hand side of that second crest, you do get air, and if you get them land funny, you're in big trouble. You'd shoot off to the left and right. But in the meantime, here we go, back up here with Maniac, who's got the Aston Martin, the RAF Aston Martin, up to 5th place. He's doing really well. Look behind him. Looking up the inside of Weddy Bob, eases off right. We've got, as I said, we've got the Aston now in the slipstream of a car in front. These guys are saying that it was lacking top end. I'd be surprised if it was. See what the Aston can get up to with a slipstream. It's a Lexus in front, so it's a pretty decent car in front. So with a slipstream, getting up to 172. So we'll come back to that in a minute. There's nice driving here for the boys. Flooding through the back end of the circuit. Just trying to find Skipper. Yep, Skipper's still with us. SJB's lagging. Oh dear, that might explain what happened to turn 1. You can see SJB there is sort of jittering about the circuit, which might have meant he. And look at that Mickey Moo as well. Mickey Moo's all over the shop. Might explain why we had some of this contact, which was unfortunate. I don't want to blame it completely on the lag, but it's certainly not helping the situation. Here we go, the runners and riders is Dinky! He's got all the way to the back there, and he's still messing it up. Coming through the last, he's got a penalty to boot with that as well. Oh, and he still manages to hit the barrier. Right then. Oh, Ricky was in last place. So Berserker in the Muzzy. Oh, it's now been caught by Gary. Gary through the first set of tunnels. Starting to reel in Berserker boy up front. Oh, as a Berserker nudges the exit. He's got that wrong. Did he get any damage for that? Oh, he manages to get away with damage. But that's just allowed Gary to close up. Let's go on board with Gary on board with the Subaru. So there's 172 in the Aston down this long straight. And you can see Berserker's got the power down on that Muzzy a little bit quicker than Gary did. And this is without really any slipstream. What's Berserker getting up to? 171 tops. Didn't quite see what Gary got to. Berserker's very wide at Rock 3 corner. In the meantime, let's go back to this battle. Shaggy's been in the thick of it back here in 3rd and 4th place. Having another fight with Welly Bob. Welly Bob upside of Shaggy. Still can't find a place to pass Shaggy. Got a feeling Welly Bob's got a little bit more pace than Shaggy through this section. If only Welly Bob could make the move stick somewhere. But he's also, look at his gaggle of drivers behind him. Maniac, Roadrunner. He's dropped back to 6th place after the instant he had all by himself. And there's Blackie trying to regain positions he lost his super cams. Oh, there we go, Maniac dives up the inside. But it wouldn't really dive, he moves up the inside. Great move there from Maniac. Up into 4th place in the Aston Martin. Just going to stream down the start-finish straight. What are we? 11 minutes in. Over halfway for the sprint race. We stream through the chicane of death. Everyone's nice and tight. That is really hard to do. Fair play, everyone. That is such a hard thing to do. Follow people, drivers that closely through that section. It's so easy to get it wrong. And I actually, I'll be honest, we'll go back to myself in the lead. I actually braked a little bit to the entrance of the first chicane. Oh, in the meantime, I've got Gary really close here. And this time he is following the Berserker boy in the slipstream. Coming down to Rock Tree corner. Berserker, oh, Gary's looking up the inside. Berserker's taking a nice tidy line. I'm sure Gary thought about nipping up the inside there. You can see the Mustang just gets the power down really well. Nice tidy line there from Berserkers. Gary misses his apex. Coming through the second part of the corkscrew. Bit of bump there. Berserker's very neat and tidy. He's just keeping ahead of Gary here. Into the final chicane. Can Gary get close enough to have a lunge at Berserker somewhere along the circuit? Again, it's about just a car length too far. Berserker's holding him off. Berserker, I mean, I tell you what is it, we're now 13 minutes in. I was already sick of the sight of Gary, and we ain't finished yet. We've still got 7 minutes to go. In the meantime, look at this. Shaggy's manfully hanging on to third place. If the camera would just show it, there we go. He's got Maniac right behind him. Oh, this is the tricky part of the circuit. Oh, they get through it. It looks like Roadrunner's going to come back up through. Roadrunner's got past Blackie. And when he was Shaggy gets it wrong. There we go. Oh, it's all kicking off on this lap. Oh, I thought Roadrunner was going to dive up the inside of Maniac as Shaggy gets on two wheels over that crest and he gets too wide. Puts the Merc into the barrier. Has he managed to escape damage? No, he's not. He's got damage. He managed to keep it pointing in the right way and puts the power down. Who was that who also went wide? That was Blackie who went wide. And he's been mugged now from a welly bob. He's got the inside line, the sharp right, so he's keeping that position. The Shaggy's slightly overstated. Oh, who's that? That was Super Cams. All over the place back here. I heard the car sliding. Skippy's recovered and got back up to 9th place. SJB's following him, again lagging quite badly. Oh, yeah, there's a yellow flag. Someone's off. So who's up front here? Who's had a moment? It's not one of these boys. Someone's had a moment. So where's the yellow flag from them? Oh, it's Supercams! Right, what happened here? Supercams into the barrier and into the other barrier just for good measure. Smashes the car up. Oh, he's lost it big time. nice way to move it around. In the meantime, back with Berserker in the lead. Still got Gary right behind him. Gary is really close now through the corkscrew. Coming down to this section here, turning left. Just can't. Can he get into the position to dive up the inside? No, he thinks better of it. Very tight here. Berserker's having to be so neat and tidy to make sure he doesn't give an opening to Gary. Just watch these two through the chicane of death to see how they manage it. Mustang, I think it's just got a little bit more torque than the Subaru. You can see it's pulling away. I have to be honest, the Muzzy is a great car to drive. Absolutely love my choice of car. Oh, as Gary's picked up a penalty. Oh, I think I know what that was for. Go on with Gary. It must have been through this section here, the first bit. No, it's not that bit. Or was it the second bit? Yep, all four wheels off. So easy to do. It's going to cost him big time. In the meantime, we've got the Aston Martin. What's happened to Shaggy? Oh, yeah, of course, Shaggy had that moment, didn't he? So it comes through this section here. So let's go back up to... There we go. Maniac in third in the Aston. Done ever so well. Looks absolutely glorious. Love that livery. Shaggy's following him. Sorry, Roadrunner's following him. In fourth place. It looks like he's gaining slightly. Let's go on board with the McLaren Mercedes. There we go, look. Roadrunner's definitely got a good run on the Aston Martin here. Has easily taken back third place. Still on board with Roadrunner. He's getting up to 156. Remember the top speed of the Aston was about 172. The Aston looking up the inside of Roadrunner, thinks better of it. So actually the Aston Martin's got a good top speed, so I'm not sure why they're complaining about it. It's been really tight from third down to sixth the entire race. We've only got 4 minutes to go. It's been non-stop. Driver harassing other drivers down the bottom of the corkscrew here. Blackie's managed to keep his nose in amongst this and just been there or thereabouts here in 5th place. Welly Bob's drifted off a little bit, and then Shaggy's back here. So with 3 minutes to go, let's go back up front, just go through the field as we are. Berserk, as you can see there, has now got a bigger lead. As you can see, I brake at that point. The reason I brake at that point was because I wanted to make sure I got the entry into the first chicane correct, so I didn't get any penalties, and then I was settled for the second part of the chicane. I do realise that that probably isn't the quickest way of doing it, but with Gary right up my tailpipes for most of the race, I had to make sure that I was accurate, and that was the easiest place to lose it. So anyway, Berserker now back in a little bit of a gap between himself and Gary. Gary in 2nd place. They've been 1 and 2 for most of the race. Roadrunner's got back up to 3rd. Maniac is in 4th. Blackie's in 5th. The camera will come back in. There we go. Blackie's in 5th. Welly Bob there in 6th place. Shaggy's in 7th. Skippy's got back up to 8th. Someone's dropped out. Oh, that's been Super Cams, wasn't it? So Skippy's back up to 8th. SJB here in 9th. Super Cams dropped back to 10th. Dinky is having a nice little battle here with Mickey Moo. But unfortunately, one of those two, Mickey Moo's gone very wide. He's got it horribly wrong. Scraping the paint off the Aston Martin and lagging him to boot as well. Mickey Moo in 12th. How far is Ricky behind that? And he is in a Jag, I could confirm. So really the main battles, there's 2 battle boys up front with, let's have a look, this might be the last lap coming up. Let's go on board with Berserker coming through. What's it, 1:30 to go. This will be the last lap, so on board here with Berserker boy. With Gary right behind him for the there we go, just take it off just at the first bit, and so I can floor it for the second bit. You can see there behind, Gary's sticking with me. He's obviously keeping, realises this is the last lap. He's not got much longer now. He's got finally an opportunity to try and have a lunge at Berserker. In the meantime, I just noticed that Roadrunner, let's go back here. When did Roadrunner lose 3rd place? Here we go. Look at this. I've missed this. Maniac gets up the side of Roadrunner. It makes the Astons, makes the move on the McLaren. Oh, I keep saying McLaren, Mercedes. Coming down to the last set of corners. So let's push it forward a little bit again, back to where we were. So last lap time. You can see the 2 boys up front. And then we've got Maniac in 3rd, Roadrunner in 4th. This is going to be a nice battle there. Mark can't quite get into the thick of it. Mark's also got Welly Bob really close behind, so there's nice battles brewing. Oh, just saw some. Oh, Roadrunner was nibbling at the inside. Oh, the Aston's sideways through turn 1. Great action here. As Mark has also got Welly Bob really close behind. Skippy's on his own. So let's go back up to the front, boys. And we go back to these battles for the last lap. Oh, what's that? Oh, Gary, what did you do wrong there, mate? Where's Gary? He was so close on the last lap, pushing it so hard. Manages to slam it into the wall and run out of talent. Oh, Gary, that's what you did. I wonder what happened there. As you said so eloquently, put in the other comment, I managed to find the moment where you. Well, to be fair, I have to say, Gary, it doesn't look like you should have hit that. It doesn't look like you were going to hit that wall anyway. I don't get it. Oh, that's so slight. That is so slight, but that's what it was. That's what's done you in. In the meantime, is that close enough? No, it's not close enough. We've got Maniac still hanging on to 3rd with Roadrunner. Let's see if Roadrunner can make an impression on Maniac. Oh, Maniac's far too far down the field, down the road. In the meantime, we've got these 2 boys, Welly Bob and Mark, coming through the tunnel. Mark's got a good run here. Going to gut the inside of Welly Bob, should easily take back 5th place. Let the rock GR3 corner. There we go. In the meantime, coming down through the corkscrew for the last time in the sprint race comes Berserker Boy. He was put under immense pressure from Gary for most of the race, but he got his nose out in front, kept it clean. I had to be honest, I was knackered at the end of this race. I had to be accurate for the whole 20 minutes. Otherwise, I knew Gary was right there, and he would have absolutely taken advantage of any mistake I made. But anyway, Berserker Boy wins race 1, put on Kylie Simon. Nobody does it better. Gary's in second place. Maniac, is he going to hang on to third place? Just about over Roadrunner in fourth. That was closer than I thought. Blackie in fifth. Welly Bob in sixth. Seventh is Skippy. SJB is... Oh, what happened to Shaggy? Shaggy was higher up than that, wasn't he? How did Shaggy lose that position? 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't know how Shaggy lost that position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm not quite sure why Shaggy lost that position, but it just let Skippy get all the way back up to 7th. You can see Welly Bob in front, so considering he was last at one point, it was a great drive there from Skippy. SJB behind in 8th. Oh, going the wrong way. Shaggy in 9th. This is the line now. Super Cans in 10th. Dinky in 11th. Just before we go, I need to confirm that myself, Berserker Boy, got the fastest lap of this race on a 1:49.739. Mickey Moo in 12th and Ricky Bobby in 13th in the Jag. So that was race 1. Oh dear, right. Race 2. What could go wrong? Let's go and find race 2. Here we go. So just before we kick off, and just have a quick drinks break. Have a quick drink before we set off on the hilarity, which was race 2. So just bear with me a second. Right, so race 2. Now, I'm going to pause it here because I want to look at something before we kick off, which might explain why... display all. So, let's go to Ricky. So Ricky is in first base. He's on racing mediums. Mickey Moo is on racing mediums in second. Dinky's in third on racing softs. Supercam's on racing softs fourth. Shaggy racing mediums. SJB racing mediums. Skippy racing mediums. Welly Bob racing mediums. Maniac on racing softs. Oh, who else is that on? Gary's on racing softs. And Berserker here on racing mediums. So as you can see, there's a mix of tyres. And you're going to have this... I'm not saying there's slower drivers, but... reverse field, you're going to have drivers who weren't as quick, shall we say, as the drivers behind. So let's see what happens, what could possibly go wrong. A mixed set of tyres on this 40 minutes endurance race. I think people did their best. Oh, I remember what happens. Oh, look, I remember what happens now. As Ricky goes right, oh, look at the chaos behind. There's cars all over the shop, different tyres everywhere. Here we go. So the infamous tunnel section. Here we go. Bump, straight, crash, tears, and all that meant was. I'm going to rewind and start because I'm going to show you your race winner from last race. Went from 13th place to 5th in the space of 2 corners, and this is the view I had. I eased off big time here at turn 1, waiting for whatever's going to happen up there. Everyone's still fighting over things through turn 2, and then we had the incident into the tunnel there, just different braking zones. Managed to scrape up the inside as everyone goes right. Oh, I got up to 3rd place. Oh no, 4th place in two corners. So let's have a quick shifty at what actually went wrong here. I don't think it was anything particularly nasty, but I think Shaggy was trying to brake. Go on board with Shaggy. So SJB is lagging quite a lot. Look at that, he's lagging quite a lot in front. Shaggy tries to brake. You can see that quite clearly there. Let's go on board with Shaggy. Here we go, Shaggy. Bit of a bumping and barging, but everyone's roughly pointing in the same direction through turns 1 and 2. SJB's sort of like in a laggy moment there, which then meant Maniac, I think, rammed him up the arse, and then that just set off a chain of events. So honestly, don't think it was particularly anyone's fault, anyone's bad driving. It was just one of those unfortunate, I would put that down as racing incidents. I'm sure the stewards will look at it and see what they think, but you can see from SJB's stuttering, it's not SJB's fault really either, but the lag was, I definitely think, part of that. Anyway, moving on, let's give Ricky his moment of glory in the Jag. Out in front, in resplendent pink, coming down the tunnel, sounding glorious. In 1st place, got a clean start as Ricky, with Dinky and Super Cams squabbling now for 2nd place. Dinky slots in behind. Super Cams rubs the barrier, it's going to scrub off speed. Just allow Berserker to come steaming. Oh, look at this Berserker, he's steaming down the hill through the corkscrew, catching Dinky quite quickly there. Dinky's on racing softs, Berserker's on racing medium, so Berserker's doing a grand job of catching up to the cars in front. So that's the 1, 2, 3, 4 with Mickey Moo in 5th. Oh, look at this, Blackie has got Skippy, and there's a whole gaggle of drivers here, and they all managed to get through the slow chicane just about. Oh no, not quite. Oh, they all went wrong again. Let's have a quick look at that. So Skippy was involved again, unfortunately. On board with Skippy, side by side with Blackie. Come out to the last corner, looks good again. Oh man. Let's go from Blackie's point of view. You know what, that looks the similar sort of thing what happened. I'm really sorry, Skippy. It looks to me like it's the same sort of thing that happened in the first race. That does look, the physics just look wrong. It doesn't look like you should have been punted in that direction. That looks suspicious to me. I don't get it. I really don't get what a little nudge that way at that slow speed shouldn't have rammed you up into the barrier like it did. It doesn't add up. I know you've had a crappy night with this, Skippy, but I just think it was just one of those days that just wasn't your day. Through no one's fault in particular. I'm not really sure what Mark did wrong then, if I'm honest. A little tiny nudge shouldn't have resulted in that. And because you can see, look at this, SJB's, look how my screen is jagging all over the place. It's not working. It's not this. It's breakable, but it certainly hasn't helped. Anyway, I digress. We go through the field again. So Super Cams. Oh, Ricky. What's happened to Ricky? He was in 1st place. How did he lose 1st place? Side by side with Super Cams. Ah, here we go. Turn 1, Super Cams gets up the inside of Ricky through the chicane of death. Nice driving there from Super Cams. Ricky gets everyone cleanly through. Berserker Boy still closing in on Dinky there. It's closing really close now on Dinky. Mickey Moo in 5th. Welly Bob in 6th. He's having a consistently good evening as Welly. top 5 or 6 in the last race. SJB in 7th, Roadrunner in 8th, Gary in 9th, working his way through the field. These two high up the race. Gary was 2nd in the last race. Ooh, looking up the inside there of Roadrunner. Anyone get it wrong on the exit? Oh, someone went slow there. Who was that went slow? Someone was on the inside. It looks like it's SJB. Yep. SJB looks a little bit slow because you can see that. Oh, there's a car up front. Someone up front there. Let's go back up front. Something was going on. Was that Berserker and Dinky? It was. Let's go on board with Berserker. Gaining on Dinky into the rock. Oh, Dinky leaves it late to cut him off. The Berserker just manages to avoid having his nose wiped there from Dinky coming into the corkscrew. But you can see the top 4 drivers now. Oh, really, really close. Supercams just got a tiny lead over Ricky in 2nd. Duracell Bunny there on the side of Ricky's. As Ricky's gone wide, oh, the pressure's been too much for him. In the meantime, it's just allowed Dinky to get into 2nd place, but Berserker's going to take 2nd from Dinky straight away. Cuts up the inside of Dinky. There we go, so Berserker's got up to 2nd now. Can Dinky respond immediately or not? On board, this is the Genesis, isn't it? Yeah, this is the Genesis of Dinky. Oh, here we go. Berserker's on racing mediums with Dinky here on racing softs. Dinky cuts up the inside. Oh, what a move. They're side by side through the chicane of death. Oh, Dinky gets sideways, but they still managed to hold it together. It didn't quite touch, I don't think. That was, I'll be honest, that was the moment I nearly pooed my pants because I didn't know if I could hang it out there. And I knew you were there, Dennis, but that was so much fun doing that section with you. What a moment. What a great bit of driving there from us two. I enjoyed that. Anyway, right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all look pretty laid out. In the meantime, back here we've got Gary now, who's fighting with the laggy SJB and bringing Roadrunner with him. Gary really needs to make this work because he's on racing softs. You've got to have the rules are you've got to at least have 2 sets of 2 different compounds of tyres in one race. I don't think we've got the weather set to rain, but look at this Roadrunner. Is he going to go out the inside of Gary? Rock log corner he is. What a great move there from Roadrunner. Oh, Shaggy, I heard that. Shaggy, what happened here with Shaggy? Did he just get it wrong? Was he helped off? Oh, there's a little nudge from Mark. Oh dear. Blackie up the inside here with a slight little nudge. Oh, it's just a little bit too keen. Put Shaggy facing the wrong way. Mark does wait for him. It's unfortunate. Well, again, not really. Mark's waiting for him. Good stuff there, Mark. Well done, mate. It's not really. What the hell's going on there? Let's go back on board with Skippy. I think does Skippy not see the cars in front? Skippy coming round. Smoke up ahead. Oh dear! Oh, chaos. I'm not Shaggy. Why are you facing the wrong way at that point? Oh, I see. He's still trying to gather himself. He's just sideways to the track. Is he gonna? You just spin it around again, trying to get it? Yeah, he spins it. Oh dear! A comedy of errors there from the boys. Shaggy, in trying to get it to face the right way, spins it round into the oncoming car of Skippy, and you can see the damage there. Look at that. Shaggy's, let's face it, knackered car. In the meantime, Supercams on racing softs out in front. The field's now starting to calm down and get through the race. Let's go back to that moment there. I mean, Mark obviously nudged Shaggy. It unfortunately put him a little bit wide. Nothing malicious. He waited for him, and what happened subsequently is just an accident. Nothing intentional. It just seems unfortunate that person that keeps being on the receiving end of everything on race one was either Shaggy or Skippy. What comes around goes around, chaps. I'm sure it'll be the same for other drivers during the season. But in the meantime, there were some good races still to be had in this race. Looking at also the thing to keep an eye on here is the tyre wear and how quick the fuel's going down. Because remember, this is the race where the tyres and fuel is definitely going to come into the equation. I've also noticed Berserker Boys on racing mediums has got a fastest lap of a 150.986. As we watch Super Cams in first place coming down to the corkscrew, or the top part of the corkscrew. Keeping it nice and tidy. Berserker Boys got a bit wide there. Nice mediums still got Dinky. Oh, I heard some tyres squealing there. What was that? That Dinky? Nice neat liner from Dennis. Is he catching back up to Berserker? He is, you know. Coming into the final chicane. Berserker a little bit leery on the first part of the chicane, but puts the power down. As I've mentioned before, the Muzzy just seems to have really good torque coming out of corners and just get really good drive out of the exits of most corners, even on racing mediums here. See, look, put the brakes on just to make sure I get the first bit of that corner right, so that I'm nice and settled for those two. And look at that, it just pulls away. Okay, so anyway, back here with Ricky in his pink Jag in fourth. Everyone's spreading out a little bit now, but the only person that's really moving, Michelle says hello as she can hear. Hello Michelle, how you doing? Hope you're alright. So I hope I'm not boring you too much. Oh man, we got I didn't realise, I'm distracted now. Look at this battle we've got brewing. Gary's trying to carve his way through the field, bringing Roadrunner with him. And who was that? SSJB. Still lagging all over the place with Maniac picking up a penalty. Got a 1 second penalty as well. What did he get a penalty 1 second penalty for? Cut 2 corners. Here we go. Yeah, that's 1 corner he's cut. Oh, it's just that first corner he's cut. And that's the other reason why I was careful on those first bits, just to make sure I didn't get any penalties. Anyway, go back up to where Gary was. Gary's really close to Mickey Moo, coming through the nice twisting section before the tunnel. He needs to fight his way through, and as I said, he's bringing a Roadrunner with him. So let's see what the Subaru's like. He's already side by side with the Aston, and he's also catching up with Ricky. Let's go forward to Gary. He's got 5th place now. Gary's certainly moving up the field. Is he side by side? Yeah, look, the Aston Martins of Mickey Moo's still there. Let's go from this view. Can you get the Subaru up inside of Ricky at the rock log corner coming up from the top of corkscrew? No, Ricky holds on to 4th place. Mickey Moo's going to try and fight back. Oh, a little bump there, I think, from Roadrunner, who's trying to cut his way through the field as well. All sort of continuing together now. Oh, nice dive up the end there, side there. So you can overtake there. Let's have a look at that again. That was a great move there from Roadrunner. I said you can, the second part of the corkscrew, if you get it right, just here, there you go. You can make a nice little move up the inside there, and that was a great way of overtake there from Roadrunner. He's going to block off, yeah, there he goes. He's blocking off the chicane as well from Mickey Moo. It's really hard, but Mickey gets it wrong. Spins the Aston up. Oh dear, that's it. Just slowed up. Maniac as well. It doesn't really have to wait. He didn't have much. He couldn't really do much about it there. Could Maniac, and that's just broken this field up now. The 2 Astons now cruising around in 9th, 8th, and 9th. So Welly Bob's back here in 10th. Because Welly Bob's obviously had some sort of issue. I don't think it's this far back. The last time I looked at him, and Blackie obviously was waiting for Shaggy and Skippy, who are probably cursing each other at this moment. Not that they need to. I really don't think you two needed to worry about that. That was, to me, that looked like a racing incident, honestly. Anyway, in the meantime, you can see Racing Cam's front right's now starting to look worse for wear. Still hanging out into the lead in that great looking Subaru. Exiting the tunnel. Coming down to log corner, a bit wide, misses the apex by quite a lot. Berserker Boy about 3 seconds behind at this point. With Dinky still hanging on to third. And then we've got Gary, who, if you look there on the left hand side of the screen, has got the fastest lap. He's definitely charging now. Now he's got some clean air in front of him. He's not having to fight his way through the pack. Starting a hard charge towards the front of the race. But you can see that Roadrunner's still having a good old battle here with SJB and Ricky. Coming down, oh, Roadrunner gets it a little bit leery at the bottom of Corkscrew. That bounce, it seems to really knock everyone's suspension quite badly at the bottom of that little compression. See Ricky, oh, have we got the first person into the pits? Who's coming to the pits? This Maniac's into the pits after 11 minutes. He was on racing softs, down to about half a tank. So the first pit stop is in. Come back to that. So now we've got not only the different tyres and fuel strategies to figure out, it's how many pit stops to make as well. I have to say, the way that this work plans out, I think this Brucey, who's sorted this league out, has managed to nail it for the length of the race compared to the tyre and fuel wear, because it's still a bit of a grey area as to what's best, either a 1 or 2 stop strategy. As you will see as this race unfolds, it really adds another layer of depth to the whole race. It's really good fun. Anyway, Supercan's still out in front as I waffle on talking rubbish as per normal. While we watch Supercans and Berserker out in front, I'm just going to have another quick... Cam's coming to the pits here. It looks like he should be coming to the pits here. I'm just going to have another quick drinks break. Right, and we're back. So Cam stays out for another lap. Berserker, obviously in racing medium, staying out. Dinky, is he coming in this lap? Nope, he's staying out as well. Gary, is he coming into the lap? Into the pit? Nope. Roadrunner, he's going through as well. Anyone else coming to pit? No. So Maniac was pitted much earlier than anyone else has. I don't think anyone else is coming into the pit this lap at all. That's battle here with Mickey Moo and SJB. Blackie's going through. Here comes Skippy and the other Chevy. As Maniac, oh, he's got a 6-second penalty. I'm guessing that's for pit entry and pit exit, because it's 3 seconds. It's no. Let's have a look. See what's happened here. So Maniac's got a 6-second penalty. Let's go back. He's already got a 6-second penalty before he... Here we go. Yeah, there we go. He's got... I just saw it click. So let's go back out. He gets another... He gets it wrong at the pit exit. And then Shaggy gets it all wrong by himself. Oh, disaster. So there's nothing nefarious there. Go aboard the Shaggy. There comes Maniac out of the pit. Just very late. Shaggy gets it horribly wrong. Oh, he's going to smash that Mercedes. Smashed it up good and proper as Shaggy. Oh, he's having a nightmare. Trying to find the right gear as well. Can't quite do it. It's gone from bad to worse for poor old Shaggy. In the meantime, back up front, Super Cam's still hanging on first place, doing a great drive there. He's got him. He's obviously not racing with Berserker, because as I say, Berserker's on racing mediums. You might not realise that. As Cam's coming into the pits this time. Oh no, this is the same lap, isn't it? Because I re-round it back, isn't it? Right, so let's go forward some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. Forward it. Oh, look at this. So Supercams didn't come in, and you can see his front right is down to the nub, which just allows Berserker Boy. Yeah, Supercams gets it horribly wrong. The Supercams really not doing himself any favours, and his front right is gone now. Look at that. He's still fighting with Berserker Boy. It's probably not a good idea to do that, because when you haven't got a front right tyre, he's liable to get it wrong. Oh, he manages to avoid everyone at the log rock corner. He's still managing to look at that, he's been very delicate through this section. Surely she should have come in the lap before. Surely it's going to be affecting his hand here now, because also the front left is down to the tiniest bit as well. Tiniest bit of grip left. Probably pushed it a bit too far, did Cams. And is he coming into the pits now? Yeah, finally into the pits. So Cam's into the pits, which just allowed Berserker Boy, race winner from race 1, is back out in front. He's back in race 2, cruising around in a gorgeous Mustang, I have to say. A gorgeous livery, and they're all coming in now. Gary's come through, racing softs. Who else is coming to the pits? We've got Roadrunner into the pits. He was on mediums. Dinky's into the pits as well. His front right is gone. Look at these tyres that have gone. Really pushing the limit of the adhesion to the tyres. Bit too much. Should have come in that lap before, would have thought. I do remember Dennis saying how the Genesis was shredding tyres. You're not kidding, mate. Look at that. Hardly anything left at all. So obviously with the pit stops happening, it's going to shake the field up. It's going to take about 4 or 5 laps for everything to shake down as to the positions of who's actually racing who. Dinky comes back out in 11th place. He's out in front of Maniac. If you remember, Maniac pitted 2 laps ago, so that's worked out better for Dinky than with Maniac. Shaggy is pitted as well, so these boys already got in. So in the meantime, we've still got Berserker out in front now, racing mediums, having a nice cruise around the American countryside. Coming down through the corkscrew, bottoms out at that point there. You can see the front spoiler scraping the ground. Coming down to the final chicane, so he's not coming into pit. Gary coming into pit this lap? No, Gary's not coming into pit this lap either. So race winner and second place, 1 and 2 again in race 2. SJB though, he's still in 3rd place. As I just saw Ricky Bobby coming into the pits. Roadrunner has pitted. He's in 6th place now. Right, interesting. When did Roadrunner pit? Last lap, wasn't it? So Roadrunner's been in. Looks to me like he's the lead now of the pitting drivers. So Welly Bob hasn't pitted. Oh yeah, Roadrunner's the lead driver of who's pitted. Welly Bob hasn't, SJB hasn't, Gary hasn't, Berserker hasn't. So basically when Welly Bob, SJB, Gary and Berserker pits need to see if they come out in front or behind of Roadrunner. Supercams has lost time. He's... Oh, what was that? Skippy! The Bush Kangaroo got something wrong there. Going board with Skippy. Backs out at turn 1. Coming around the crest of turn 2, chicane of death. Gets onto the grass. It's not going to end well. Into the wall, into the other wall. Smashes it all by himself. He's on racing mediums. He's not pitted yet either. We've got Blackie behind him in the other Corvette. He's not pitted either, so he's gained a little bit of ground there on Skippy. Ricky back here has pitted, so let's go back up front. Berserker coming round. Where are we now? We're back to the corkscrew again. Coming down on lap 10, 18 minutes in. Is he coming into the pits? Yep, Berserker looks like he's coming to pits now. So, here comes Berserker flying into the pits, quite literally. Is Gary coming into the pits? I think he is. Yeah, here comes Gary into the pits as well. SJB, is he coming into the pits? Is he going to take the race lead? Oh, that's going to cost him 3 seconds. A late pit entrance. Weddy Bob, is he coming into the pits? Weddy Bob's staying out. Weddy Bob's staying out. And then it's Roadrunner. So let's watch Roadrunner then. And see, I think, because, yeah, Berserker was the first one in. Let's see. Here's come Roadrunner now. Comes through the final chicane. I know Welly Bob's gone through. Where's Welly Bob? There he is. Here comes Roadrunner. I could see what's going on. So is that Berserker in front? Yeah, Berserker's in front. So really, there you go. That's kind of the distance between... Really, in theory, who's first and second at the moment, which is not a lot, as you can see. Watch the pit exit as I pass. What, this bit here, Mark? SJB's picked up a penalty. Yeah, that was that 3-second penalty. Oh, crumbs, it's all kicking off. Look at this, everyone's joining up together here. It's all concertinaed up as Ricky's making a nice move up the inside of Skippy here. Takes back 7th place. It's really closed up now as all of the pit strategies put people together. And there's Gary in 4th and Blackie in 5th. Still hasn't pitted. Supercams has. Let's go back up front then. Well, Welly Bob then, still in 1st place. Berserker boy hunting him down. But surely Welly Bob, he's actually done really well. Look at that, Welly Bob is on a racing mediums. Is he going for? He must be going for a one-stop strategy because we're over halfway into the race now. And he's still got a fair amount of fuel and a fair amount of tyres left on that Lexus. Oh, look at that, Roadrunner's closing right back up to Berserker. The gap was bigger than that at the beginning of the lap. The Roadrunner's on racing softs. And so Berserker on racing softs. So equal tyres, but all 3 of these boys, obviously, because Welly Bob's on racing mediums, these boys will be closing together. And how far is Roadrunner away from Supercams? Stay on board with Roadrunner with that Mercedes engine coming up to chicane of death, turn 1. Oh, gets a lovely entrance there, does Roadrunner. Okay, here he goes, gaining on Berserker into the tunnel. Berserker's also gaining on Welly Bob because Welly Bob's on racing mediums. Obviously these 3 boys concertinaing up nicely now. Oh, Roadrunner catching Berserker, although Berserker's right in the tailpipes now. Welly Bob coming into the tunnel. Berserker boy tries to undercut Welly Bob into the tunnel, but all 3 of them now meeting together into the tunnel section. Everyone's mugging Welly Bob at the moment, so Berserker boy's got in front. Berserker's in front, coming down to Rock Log corner. He's bringing Roadrunner with him. So, oh, Roadrunner drifts wide. Nice battle here. Berserker's back in front, but he's got a race on now because you see the Roadrunner right behind him. Same tyres, but same fuel. Oh, Berserker's got much more fuel. Not sure. I think Berserker's. I don't remember what I was doing. Yeah, that was part of the plan. That was part of the plan. I was about to say I've overfueled it. I haven't. You see, because I was down to fumes shortly. Anyway, so Berserker now still in 1st place, coming past on lap 12. But Roadrunner's done the fastest lap. Who's right behind him? He's done 1:49.5. Welly Bob's in third. Super Cams is in fourth. Blackie's in fifth, and he's got Gary in sixth place. Blackie's on racing mediums. He's not pitted yet at all. Obviously on a one-stop strategy now, that's for sure. But Gary has on racing mediums, so it looks like Gary could be fueled, suited and booted to the end. Fighting with Mark there. This is definitely holding Gary up as he's bringing SJB along with him for the ride. SJB, oh, this is interesting because SJB's on racing softs, so he's going to be gaining, as you can see right there. If he wants to have the fact he's lagging, be interested to watch as he's fighting with Gary. The two boys in front are on racing mediums, and you got SJB on racing softs. Can he get? Yeah, there we go. On board of SJB, 1973. This could be interesting. Let's go on board of Blackie because Blackie's not lagging. Eases off from Gary there. Is SJB going to go up the inside of the two of them? He does. Great move from SJB. Gets two drivers in one move. And Mark drops from fifth back to seventh in one corner. Great racing. Oh, as Gary gets a little bit sideways. SJB's got that car up to fifth place now. So let's go back down past these boys, see what's going on here. Maniac, who doesn't look like he's pitted yet. He pitted? Must have pitted. No, I can't remember now. Oh, I see he pitted first, didn't he? Oh, who's that in the background? Skippy has come into pit. He's on fumes. Mickey Moo's in 12th. Shaggy in 13th. Having a bit of a nightmare night, to be honest. In the meantime, Berserker's, instead of having Gary trailing him, he's now got Roadrunner trailing him, putting the pressure on. If you wonder what the Watt is, it says on the front of my car, it says on the side of the car, TJ Watt, number 90, Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker. I've actually got the same, I've got a plain shirt of his as well. That's what the Watt stands for. Pittsburgh Steelers, go Steelers. Anyway, I'm boring you now. In first place now, let's go through the field. Roadrunner in second, these two boys racing for position. Welly Bob still hanging on into third. He must be coming to pit either this lap. His right rear's the one that's gone, actually. That's interesting. It's not his front tyres, it's his rear tyres which have gone. And then you've got Super Cams behind. SJB's picked up half second penalty, I guess, from just cutting too much of the corners at the chicanes of death. Gary's pulled away from Blackie now, completely. Maniac's now got Ricky in hot pursuit, and Maniac's on racing mediums. I think, yeah, I've just seen it on the flash up. I think Welly Bob's finally pitted. But that early pit stop for Maniac, because let's see, we've got 14 minutes to go. And Maniac's coming back into pit again. Okay, interesting strategy. See how that works out for Maniac. I guess he's going to go to racing softs. Well, Welly Bob's been staying there. We're going to stay with Maniac, see what tyre changes he makes. And then I go through the field after that. And while we're waiting for this, I'm going to have another quick drinks break. So, Maniac pitted first. He's now he's on the obviously second pit stop. Is he going for racing softs or racing mediums for the last 13 minutes? He's gone for racing mediums. So, first of the two pit stop strategy drivers. Maniac is out in 10th so far, but I assume he's, I don't know, well, I know I'm I can't get my words out, two stopping, that's what I should be saying. Right, so with 12 minutes to go, let's go through the field and see how things are for everyone. We've got Berserker Boy out in front on racing softs. Roadrunner's just dived into the pits. He's on fumes. See, there you go. I didn't get my fuel wrong. I knew my fuel was different to Roadrunner, but he was on fumes and he's still got a lap or so left of tyre wear to go. So, Berserker's cruising around now. 11 and a half minutes to go. Out in first place. Super Cams is now in second place. He's on racing mediums. He's got enough fuel, so it looks like Super Cams doesn't need to stop. Gary is out on racing mediums. I think he's pitted recently. Doesn't look like he's going to have to stop. Windscreen wipers going on. And where's Roadrunner? Roadrunner's now coming out. So Roadrunner's 2 stopped. I think. Yeah, here we go. So Roadrunner's come out now. Again, he was just behind Berserker when he pitted. So let's see where Berserker ends up when he comes out of the pits next. If he's out in front or behind Roadrunner, to see he's got the right tactics. Ricky's in 5th place and is on fumes. He's obviously about to pit stop. Welly Bob is on racing softs with 11 minutes to go, so he's probably good to go to the end. Oh, who's that? Who's that got a penalty? That is SJB. He's got another 3-second penalty, and he's got it wrong again in the pits. I bet you that's the pit entry he got wrong. Dennis with more damage. Damage Dennis. That should be your new nickname, mate. That sounds so wrong, but so right for you, to be honest. Damage Dennis. Skippy in 10th. Maniac in 11th. He's obviously suiting the boot to the end now. Mickey Moo in 12th. Shaggy just coming out of the pits in 13th. So, really at the moment, it's a case of when is Berserker pitting? The race lead, if you look at the map at the bottom right there, he's got the length of the start-finish straight. He's on fumes now as well. So Berserker's got a length of the start-finish straight lead over second place Cams. Don't know if Cams is if that's enough for him to get to the end. It probably is. So Cams will be good judge now to see when Berserker comes out of how much he's gonna have to gain. He's obviously going to the pits. He's going to put him behind Cams, but it's a case of how much. Gary's suited and booted to the end. Where is he on the circuit? Look at the map at the top right there. You can see where the red triangle is. There's Cams in second place, and there's Gary in third. So 5 seconds or so down the road. The Roadrunner, who, if you remember, was he's just putting a purple sector time. He's really on a charge. He was just behind Berserker when he pitted. So has Berserker stayed out too long? We're shortly going to find out, because as you can see that Berserker's front right is down to the nub. Oh, someone's crashed in front of Berserker. It's Mickey Moo. What does Mickey Moo do? He's got it wrong again. Let's go back to Mickey Moo. So before we go to Berserker, oh, Mickey Moo's got it on the grass, spins it into the barrier. Good crashing. Nice style points there, Mickey. You're going to get it wrong at the exit as well. You're going to spin it again. Yes, you are. Oh, brilliant. That was great. Even really good crashing. Enjoyed that one. In the meantime, Berserker's coming into pits. Possibly stayed out a lap too long. So where are we? So where's Cams? So Berserker's now into the pits. Where's Cams? Oh, he's through the corkscrew. He's coming down to the final chicane. There's Berserker. He's not even into his pit box yet. There's Cams coming around the final couple of chicanes. We've got 8 minutes to go. There's Berserker's finally into the pit box. There's Cams is now going down the start-finish straight. Racing Mediums, he's taken the lead. Where's Gary? He's coming down start-finish straight. Where's Roadrunner? He's coming down the start-finish straight. Oh, it's all coming together. As you also, and where's Berserker? He's still putting fuel on. Oh, he's coming out now. So, where's Roadrunner? there's Roadrunner. He's come out in front of Berserker, so Berserker's lost out. Berserker's lost out, I would say, about 3 seconds. He stayed out too long on that pair of racing softs. Where's Welly Bob? He's a bit too far behind. So we've got a nice battle brewing here for the last 7 minutes of the race. The first 4 drivers are a right good mix. We've got Supercams on racing mediums. He's not pitting. Followed by Gary on racing mediums, who's not pitting, but look at the fuel though of Gary's still got 7 minutes to go. That's a bit risky on the fuel, I think. Followed by Roadrunner on racing softs, who's worn them in for a lap, who'd be gaining on those 2 cars in front, as well as Berserker, who's now suited and booted and will be on a mission to catch those 2 in front. Ooh, battle royale come brewing for that. Okay, Welly Bob back here in 5th place. He's sort of in the middle of no man's land. Again, I'm looking at the map at the top right. He's got no one really behind him. Still a bit of a distance off the guys in front. Same for SJB. He's actually had a good race, apart from hitting the wall there. Well, then we've got a battle here. We've got Dinky and Blackie, the 2 old war horses of MRC. It looks like Blackie's going to get Dinky there, because Dinky looks like his tyres are shot. He's probably going to have to pit again, to be honest. So I've got a feeling Blackie will... Here we go. He's going to gobble up Dinky any time now. On those racing soft tyres. Yeah, it's a great drive there. Nudges Dennis to let him know he's there. Dennis won't give up that spot. Making it awkward for Mark. But drifts... Oh, where's he gone? He's gone off completely. What are you doing, Dennis? What was that all about? On board with Dennis. I'm not sure that's a racing line, Dennis. Just far too late. You're going to get, surely you get a penalty for getting up the inside there too much. You're going to lose that position to Skippy. Surely, did he not get a penalty for that? Cutting that last corner? He obviously didn't. Okay, fair enough. I just noticed also, here we go, Blackie. Oh, he's lapping. Who's that? That was the guy in front. Mickey Moo pulls over to the side to let Blackie through. Okay, so 5 minutes ago, I just run through the field very quickly, then we go back to the battle up front, because this is brewing nicely. Supercams is in first. Roadrunner's in second. Sorry, yeah, Roadrunner is in second. What's happened to... Where's Gary? There's Gary, right. So where did Roadrunner get Gary? Here it was. So, sorry about the flicking. So here we go. Gary on racing mediums. He's been harassed now from Roadrunner coming into the tunnel. And these 2 squabbling will just be what Berserker wants. It's obviously going to slow those 2 up. But Gary will not give it up on he's hard charging. But he's down to he's still got 5 minutes to go, and he's down to an 1/8 of a tank. He's got his fuel strategy wrong, surely. Surely got it wrong. So very quickly, right then. At the moment, Supercam's in first. Being called by Roadrunner second. Gary's in third. Berserker's in fourth. Welly Bob's in fifth. SJB 6th. Blackie 7th. Dinky and Skippy battling for 8th and 9th. Ricky's in 10th, battling with Maniac in 11th. Shaggy in 12th. Mickey Moo in 13th. Back to the what's going on up front, because this is brewing nicely. Look, you can see there the front right of Supercams' tyres are down to the nub again, and he's still got 4 minutes to go. It's not working out for him. You can see Roadrunner there on racing softs. He's fueled to the end. He's definitely going to get Supercams. He's going to take the lead. You can see Berserker's in the background. Don't forget Berserker here. He's on racing softs as well. He's got the best tyres of this group. as its best tyres, as in the least worn. On a two-stop strategy. Roadrunner was on a two-stop strategy. So the racing mediums. Oh, Gary's on fumes. Gary's definitely got it wrong. He's on fumes now. Berserker Boy's now got up to third place. You can see the Roadrunner in front of him is being held up. Oh, what's that? Berserker? Oh, that Gary gave Berserker a little nudge there. Get on board with Gary. Gary's on fumes as Berserker. Yep. Berserker gets a little nudge from Gary. Slows him up a little bit, but Gary's on fumes. How is Gary going to make it? So surely Gary's going to need to do a splash and dash. Surely that's what he's got to do. In the meantime, Berserker can smell a double bump. Oh no, Super Cams has got a penalty. Where did Cams get that penalty? Let's go back again. Back here. No, back here. Oh, he's got it earlier on in the lap. Don't know where he's got it. So it's all kicking off, but it looks like the two racing medium boys are going to be fighting for third place now, because it looks like it's going to be between Roadrunner in second. He's now got second place from Supercams. He's taken the lead, and you can see there's Berserker. 2.5 minutes to go. Roadrunner's in the lead. You can see Cams he's got a penalty, which is going to lose him time, obviously. How long is it going to be for Berserker? Can Berserker get past Super Cams to make an attack on Roadrunner? The Berserker's going around the outside. Oh, look at this side by side through the corkscrew. Super Cams is down to the nub on the front left. He's got it slightly wrong. 2 minutes to go. There's still possibly 2 laps. Possibly 2 laps to go, depending when they cross the line. 2 laps to go, and this is going to be the race. This is the race lip. This is what it's coming down to. Berserker Boy, what's that? That's 1.5 seconds. He's got to gain 1.5 seconds on Roadrunner. This could be the last lap. This could be the last lap. This is for the double. Can Berserker reel in Roadrunner? With 1.5 minutes to go, this is going to be really close. The Mustang versus the Mercedes. Berserker owned race 1. He's trying to close in on the double here. Oh, he's gaining here. Look at this, coming up into the tunnel. Oh, he can smell it. Oh, as Roadrunner gets sideways. Oh, it's on. The race is on. Berserker in the slipstream, but it's not quite. I'm looking at the time. There's a minute 50 seconds to go. Go aboard with the Mercedes. You can see there, though. Look at the tyre wear. Oh, there's Roadrunner drifts wide. That's just going to have Berserker's been neat and tidy all night. Look at this. Berserker's closing in. He can smell a double victory. It is coming down to this. 30 seconds to go. This will be the last lap. Oh, a grandstand finish. When can Berserker make a move down into the final chicane? As Roadrunner gets sideways, he's losing time as Roadrunner. Oh, Berserker spins it just a little bit, gets a tiny bit sideways. Is Berserker going to stuff out the inside here at this final chicane? No, he doesn't. Oh, here we go. This is 9 seconds here. This is going to be it for the race. Win. Here we go. Berserker gets it slightly sideways, trying to get the power down. As Berserker and Roadrunner come out to the finish line. Who's going to win it? Berserker's got the momentum. The line's coming up now, and there we go. Oh, let's go back at that. Let's have a quick look. How close was that? It looks like Roadrunner gets it though. Roadrunner for the. Well, it's not there, is it? Where's the flag? It's there. There's the flag. Let's have a quick look. Oh, look at that. That's how close it was at the end. Oh, it's a great race there. But Roadrunner gets it at the very end. So Roadrunner, well done, mate. Great race. Roadrunner wins. Berserker's in second. Oh, we got another race going on. Where did Willy Bob come from? And where did Gary go? Where's Gary gone? Oh, Gary's still in fifth. How's this feel? He's on fumes. He's run out of petrol. Look at this. So Super Cams is going to catch up. Gary's got nothing in that car. Welly Bob's caught the... Oh, look at this. Super... Let's go back. Oh, no, wrong way. There you go. Super Cam's got nothing. He's got no fuel. He's got nothing left. Welly Bob's going to nip him at the line. Welly Bob gets third place. What a drive from Welly. Out of nowhere, he gets a podium. Super Cams couldn't quite hang on with nothing left on his front. Two wheels left of that wagon and he's still rolling along. No fuel left. Oh, okay. Wow, what a finish. Let's go back to Welly Bob's last lap. Let's go on board with Welly Bob here. Comes into final chicane. Oh, nice. Can he get a nice drive for this way? He does, yeah. Oh, great drive, Welly. Because Gary's run out of fuel, so Welly Bob gets third. Cam's fourth. Gary, does he finish in fifth? No, he doesn't. SJB finishes in fifth. Does Gary get sixth? Just about. Gary gets sixth. Mark is going to cruise along. He's kept it in front of Skippy, so Mark finishes in seventh. Skippy handbrake turns into eighth. Dinky is in ninth. Mickey Moo's in 13th. Lagging everywhere. Maniac is in 10th place. Ricky's in 11th. He's almost out of petrol as well. Cruising up to the line. He's waiting for... Is he waiting for Shaggy? Or has he run out of fuel? No. Don't know why he's cruising, but anyway, he's cruising up to the line. There you go. Ricky in 11th. Shaggy coming along to complete the race in 12th place. Coming down start finish straight. What a finish. Epic finish there for Berserker and Roadrunner and Welly Bob on the last lap. Let's quickly go back. I want to see Welly Bob's last lap, because he was... Where was he? Let's go back. Welly Bob's last lap. So he starts the lap. Here we are. The last lap. Here, where are we on this? So if you look at the boys in front. So there's... If you look at the map at the top right, you got Welly Bob's just coming into obviously the first corner now, and the other boys are up the road here. So he's got a... What's that? A good 6 seconds. Again, he must have thought, that's it, there's no chance I'm going to get a podium from this position. Just forward a little bit to the end of this, straight to the top of the corkscrew. I don't know if Welly was realising what was going on in front of him, but even at the top of the corkscrew, at the bottom of the corkscrew, he still hasn't seen the two cars in front. His Christmas came early for Welly Bob. Oh, we've got another lap, haven't we? Oh my word. I've got this wrong. I've still got another lap to go. Let's go forward a bit more then. There we go. I had to get it wrong. Oh, so finally, that's where he starts to see them. Here we go. Start the tunnel here. Went back one lap too far. So you can see Cam's in front. Still probably thinks he can't reel in 4th place. Forward a bit more, and he catches up to Cam's at the top of the corkscrew. Wow, Welly Bob, great drive, mate. Oh, he's on fumes as well. He's got his tyre, he's got his fuel situation down to the nub. Great drive, Kev. Gains 2 places on the last start-finish straight. Let's just watch this one more time. In he goes. Tiny little nudge on Cam's there. Pulls around the inside and a nice drive up to the start finish line there. So there we go, from 5th to 3rd. Great drive, Kev, nice one. Anyway chaps, there we go. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon next week at Brands Hatch. Take it easy and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.